Hello, everyone. Welcome to the latest episode of The Good, the Bad, the Score. I'm Colin.
And I'm Andrew.
And today we're going to be talking about the latest Disney Plus original movie, Artemis Fowl. So Artemis Fowl is based on the beloved young adult novel that's directed by Kenneth Branagh, who also did Thor, live-action remake of Cinderella. Artemis Fowl stars a newcomer, Ferdius Shaw, as Artemis Fowl. He is a Laura Croft type character where his dad had this mysterious mystery going on about this ancient relic that can take over the world. And it's his job to make sure that to find the relic, save his father, and make sure that it doesn't get in the hands of anyone evil. And meanwhile, we have the underground world of the fairies and mythical creatures. One of the main ones that we follow, the very amateur fairy Holly Short, played by Laura McDonnell, who is trying to kind of revenge her father's death and trying to kind of rank up in the fairy ranks. Then finally, we also have Josh Gad in the movie, who plays a dwarf, Mulch, who is very much a rogue kind of guy. He's very, you don't know he's the hero or villain. Everyone's just trying, between Artemis, Mulch, and Holly and the elves, they're trying to collect this ancient relic to save the world. So Andrew, I'm going to have you start this off. What did you like about Artemis Fowl?
Well, here's the thing. I like Kenneth Branagh a lot as a director and as an actor too. I've liked many of his works from many of the Shakespeare movies he's done in the past, such as Much Ado About Nothing and Hamlet. I thought those were really good. I loved Thor, and I really enjoyed the 2015 live-action remake of Cinderella, which I personally think that's one of my top 3 favorite live-action Disney remakes that they've done. But talking about Artemis Fowl, here's what I liked about Artemis Fowl. I think the visuals are really good in this movie. There's some definitely really cool scenery, and for the most part, the visual effects are pretty solid. There's some cool action scenes as well in the movie. There's one particular action scene I do like when the elves or the fairies, whatever the hell they're called, they're attacking the front part. Just some pretty cool editing shots. There's a lot of cool things that I think kids will enjoy when they see this movie. The music is really good. I like the music a lot. The costumes are really cool too. Kenneth Branagh always does a fantastic job in terms of the set design and the costumes, and I thought they looked really good. It's like Harry Potter and Men in Black in a sense. It's kind of almost in those realms. Laurie McDonald, she was really good. I liked her a lot. And Josh Gad, for the most part, he's pretty solid at times. But we're trying to think of any more positives. Yeah, that's my positives, Colin. How about you?
All right, so to me, the biggest positive out of Artemis Fowl is Josh Gad. Josh Gad completely brings this movie up. He is playing this Jack Sparrow type character where really anytime he's on screen, you always get some kind of enjoyment out of him. I think he has the best lines. Josh Gad is a really good actor. When watching it, I really didn't feel like I was watching Olaf or LeFou or anything like that. I think Josh Gad really kind of steals the show in this movie. I also got to give a shout out to the character Holly Short, played by Laura McDonnell. I think she did a very interesting job in her supporting role. But Andrew, I'm unleashing you. What's so wrong about Artemis Fowl?
It's bad.
Yeah. Oh my God.
It's bad. This movie's bad. This is probably one of my least favorites of. Not even one. This is probably my least favorite work I've seen of Kenneth Branagh do, which I'm kind of surprised by. But like I said, when we did in that updated movie releases video, I said I think it was a good idea that Disney would put this movie on streaming service because I don't think it would do well in theaters anyway. And after watching this movie, I was damn right. This movie, it will absolutely, if this was in theaters right now, it would flop. It would do terrible in the box office. It would make very, very little money out of this. This movie is not that good. I really didn't care what was going on throughout the movie. Josh Gad, like I said, I liked it for the most part, but the other times I just couldn't take him seriously. When he's just narrating the whole movie, he's got this rough voice, I'm a dwarf. Artemis Fowl was a friend of mine. And then Judi Dench is also in this movie. And she's not even that good either.
She's not even cats.
Yeah. She's not even that good in this movie. She's so stiff. She's also got this weird voice going on too. She's like, I am the Lord. Da, 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 da. It just sounds bad. And Ferdy Shaw, who plays Artemis Fowl, I did not care for in this movie. I didn't think he was that good. I mean, listen, it's not for a child actor. It's always difficult. You know, this is the beginning stages of your acting career. You know, sometimes some child actors are really good and some don't always do great, and I can't get too harsh on him, but you know, he's playing a leading role here, and I just did not think he really hit out of the park. He just kind of got on my nerves sometimes. I don't know what the book is like, but I'm talking about the movie here. This movie does not a good job building this character, because this movie is centered on Artemis Fowl. I wouldn't say he's the biggest part of this movie, in my opinion. He is just very flat. Like, I was thinking a lot, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone was a great first installment to Harry Potter, because it's this whole series where you see these kids grow up, and what I liked about the first one, they're playing kids. It's kids being kids, and I thought it was kind of weird seeing kids trying to act like adults in this movie. That's what I felt like. Like, you're trying to act like adults, and it just didn't feel realistic enough. And the way, like, the first Harry Potter did that was more believable. It's kids, you know, being kids and doing things that kids would do, and I feel like what I see what a lot of these young kids do in this movie, and I just feel like they're just trying too hard to act like they're adults, and that might be an error probably on Kenneth Branagh's part. I know that's like a weird nitpick, but that's just something that kind of bugs me in this movie. Like they're acting like such adults. Like, just act like kids, you know, just be something. Yeah, the performances overall I didn't think was that great. I like I said, I thought Josh Gad was overall okay, and the girl was decent too, that plays the fairy, the elf. I don't care, but like, that's the thing, I don't care about this movie. I didn't care about it. It's so bland, and I think it's so weird how it ends too. The ending just feels so abrupt. Like, there wasn't a big climax in this movie. Like, there wasn't a big climax. I mean, I really thought, like, this whole part of the house, this whole part this whole big showdown at this mansion, I thought that was just the beginning of it. And when it was done, I'm like, oh, that's it? That's the movie? There's nothing more to it? I'm not going to know who's the creepy guy in the hood? Like, you don't know any of that. And it's just so weird. It's so abrupt. The dialogue is really bad. It's flat. It's super cheesy, this movie, too. I can't stand how cheesy this is. That's always my problem with the Disney live-action movies. A lot of them are a real hit, and a lot of them are a real miss. And this one is a real misfire. This movie, I think, is for kids, but if you want to watch a family movie, this is not the movie for you to watch. Families will not enjoy this movie. I don't think parents will even give a crap about it. So, Colin, you're up.
So this is a movie that it's so bad, me and Andrew have completely different separate thoughts on the negatives. Everything Andrew said, aside from Josh Gad, I agree with. But here's the problem. The movie is called Artemis Fowl, and Artemis Fowl is the worst character in the movie. Again, like you said, I don't blame Ferdy Shaw. This is his very first movie. I don't want to judge his performance on just this one movie, but he does a terrible job. I pray that this young actor gets to get better work in the future. But Artemis Fowl is such a badly written character. The entire movie is horribly written. Artemis Fowl is a terribly uninteresting character. He is a 12-year-old boy who's a super genius, and he acts very very cocky, even though the actor can't play cocky. He doesn't have those skills to be like a Han Solo type. So when he has these lines that were supposed to be very kind of like, Artemis Fowl got them, he doesn't deliver it right, and the writing just doesn't cover it. You mentioned the effects as your positive. This movie has so bad of effects. Some of them are good, but there's one scene in general, and all I gotta say is it's chopping time. There's a scene with Josh Gad involving his power of how he gets into the manor, and it is the hardest I laughed unintentionally. It's not a funny scene in a while. It's one of the worst scenes I've ever seen in a Disney movie. Speaking of the manor, this is an adventure movie. Artemis Fowl and his butler do not even leave the premises of the Fowl Manor. You have an adventure movie where it all takes place in one location pretty much. This is a bad movie. They're trying to make a series out of this. They're trying to make this the new Harry Potter. It really doesn't work. There is so much setup that just doesn't get paid off. The entire movie is narrated from Josh Gad's perspective. It's kind of like a time jump where he narrates to the authorities the events of it. It is so badly filled with exposition. Every single character is expositioned so much that it is embarrassing to hear. I'm surprised Kenneth Branagh directed this because he has made some really great movies. This is definitely his worst movie to date. Everyone involved, this is the worst movie to date. The only thing I can say about it is, boy, was I not bored. I was not mad about this movie. I was just blown away of how bad this movie could be. It is one of those movies that, Andrew, like you mentioned, the idea to bring it to Disney Plus is the best thing they could have done for this movie. Because if it was in theaters, I would have been mad. But because it's on Disney Plus, and I can kind of stop, reflect, go back, like, wait, did I just see what I saw? It is a bit of a ironic recommendation. Like, if you love bad movies, this is one you gotta see, because this is so, like, what were they even thinking? Clearly, me and Andrew have not known the source material on this movie. None of us read the books. Yeah. So as newcomers, this is a bad movie. We didn't like the movie. So let's get into the rating. This is going to be a tricky one of how low each one of us is going to go. Andrew, I'm going to go first. I think you're going to give this movie a 2 out of 10.
All right, so I'm going to go a tad bit higher. It's still going to be below a 5. No, it is. I mean, it's not a great movie. I mean, I've seen worse movies, but this is not, to me, I wasn't enjoyable. I will probably give Artemis Fowl a 3 out of 10. All right, you're up, Colin. I think you are going to give Artemis Fowl, I think you're going to give it a 2 out of 10. Actually, no. I think you're going to give this a 1 out of 10.
I'm surprised by that because going into it, I thought I was going to be the one to like it more than you.
Yeah.
You liked it the same. I'm going to give this movie a 3 out of 10. Meh. It is something that's so unbelievable. I save my 1 out of 10s for the movies that get me mad. I wasn't mad at this. I was delightfully entertained in all the wrong ways possible. If you have a curiosity, go watch Artemis Fowl. If you read the books, please don't watch it because there is zero chance this is a faithful source material. So yeah, it's a hard pass in both regards. So I'd like to thank everyone for watching this latest episode of The Good, The Bad, The Score. I'm Colin.
And I'm Andrew.
And please follow us on all our social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Just follow us at Good Bad Score and check out our previous videos. Anything you want to leave off with, Andrew?
All I'm going to say is that I think Josh Gad looked like Hagrid in this movie.
He did.
He looked like, but I'm going to be doing a lot of impressions of his voice in this movie.
So we'll see everyone for our next review of The Good, The Bad, The Score. Have a great day.